Hi everybody, welcome back. Samantha, Kansas City Stitcher. I'm not making a Flosstube, I'm making a Flosstube extra. I'm gonna show my 2025 finishes and share my 2026 plans. Yeah, 2026 plans. I'll do plans after I show my finishes. I had 50 finishes this year. I was waiting to do this video until I did my 50th finish because I knew that was kind of my goal. I did it. I'm so proud of myself because next year will not look anything like 50 finishes. I will be happy if I'd be happy if I did like 10. But I don't know that that's gonna happen either. So, fingers crossed. So, I'm just gonna get started. I have a list of all of my finishes, front and back page. So this might be fun. I don't know. First, my first finish of the year was January 13th. It was the Book of Frost Dragon. That's upside down. This is a haunted frame stitchery pattern. I've finished quite a few of these books actually. I have one more that I need to start because Slightly Bananas and I over on Slightly Bananas on Instagram and I have started a bunch of these together. I don't know how many she's finished. That's okay, it doesn't matter. I have finished quite a few of them. We were supposed to start one a few weeks ago. She started hers. I did not start mine. So I stitched this on a 14 count. One of the DMC fabrics. It's just a printed Ada. There's nothing on the back. I have a different book on the other side that I finished last year, I think. Next, on January 15th, I finished this Fourth Wing pattern. I believe I finished this the day that Onyx Storm came out, or the day before. I can't remember. This is on a fabric that I dyed myself. I believe it's a 28 count. I think this floss is a Fangirl Fibers silk. That I got in a Galentine's box or something, I think. I don't know. Fourth Wing. I cannot think of her business name now. If you follow me on Instagram, I have her tagged on that. Next, January 21st, I finished Violent Little Thing. Actually, this might be the one that I finished whenever Onyx Storm came out. This is by the same designer. This is a 14 count Black Ada. I think two of these colors were Color and Cotton. I couldn't tell you anything about it now. This is one of my favorites, and I really need to find a frame for those. Next is one that I did. I Love You a Latte. This is a Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery pattern. I did this on a set with 5 others. I have a needle in this. I'm pausing this. I need to find my box of needles. Oh, I'm glad that I filmed this to find that needle. Yeah. But I love you a latte. Did I say I finished this February 1st? I'm trying to make all of those into pillows. We'll see. Next, February 23rd, I finished Valentine's Day Quaker. I dropped it. I stitched this on a Forbidden Fiber Co. I can't remember the name of this fabric now. It's a 28 count. And I'm using the other half of this for something. My daughter has this pattern. She started it and is working on it. And she actually has like almost all this top row. She has all this down here done and she's working down here. Hers is, she's doing hers in like a blue, purple, something, I don't know. Next is the Winter Fairy. Oh, that was Primrose Cottage stitches. Winter Fairy. This is a Stitchy Princess Black pattern. I believe Rebecca and I started this one together too. I think I used 2 Classic Colorworks flosses for this. Toasted Marshmallow. And I don't remember this blue. This is a 28 count. This was a mystery fabric that I just had in stash. That I had. Just random. That was finished on February 26th. March 9th, I finished October 31st. Was this a Jody fabric? I think this might have been a Jody fabric. It's a 28 count. I used a Dinky Dye floss for this. March 11th, I finished All Hallows Eve, which comes in the same book of patterns as October 31st. This was a 20 count Be Stitch Me pink chocolate, I'm pretty sure. I have one more left from this book. And I think this might have been an anchor floss. I could be wrong though. Next is Bluebird Sampler. This was a Shannon Christine design. It's actually, the pattern is a lot bigger. I got to page 1 done and I said, I'm done. I'm done. So I finished it. I stitched this on a 20 count Be Stitch Me. I think this is Ledger. And I just pulled some floss from stash that looked pretty close to the called for. I love this pattern. I still have this pattern in stash if I ever decide I want to stitch the whole thing. I don't know what it was that I was not feeling, but I love these roses. And I would love to stitch just these roses again and make a little bookmark. Next, the next day. I finished that on March 13th. March 14th, I finished the Bear. This is a 36 count lavender. If you can hear my dog, I'm really sorry. She's been outside, she's had food, she's had water. I'm not really sure what the deal is. I don't know. This is one of the Year in the Woods. Rebecca and I are stitching one of these a season, except for autumn. we did not finish autumn. We're gonna chalk that up to, we're gonna finish it next year for our autumn. I was working on mine for Flosstube or Frenzy, and Rebecca said something to me about she wasn't going to be able to finish hers on time, and I said, why don't we do it next autumn so we don't have to start a new one? And she said, I like that idea. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna pause on mine then. Next is, I finished on April 7th. It's Fade Into You. Cam the Stitcher released this pattern, and a lot of people stitched it, and I fell in love with it too, so I had to jump on that. This is a 20 count Be Stitch Me. I don't remember the name of this fabric. I hoop finished it, and it's been sitting right there with stitch. April 24th, I finished my Elemental Dragons Earth. I stitched this on a Fortnite Fabrics 32 count. I don't know the name of this fabric, and it doesn't really matter because you can't get this fabric anymore, because unfortunately Fortnite Fabrics is no longer dyeing fabric. This is Night Stalker Calling Scales is the floss, and I believe it took me like 3.5 skeins to do this pattern. I am pillow finishing these, and I have water started. Next, April 25th, oh, so again, the next day, I finished just one more chapter. This is a Pantini pattern. I don't remember this fabric. It's a printed fabric. I keep meaning to find a frame for this, and then I forget about it whenever I go to the thrift store to, because I would rather buy a thrifted frame. I love this. I used all the called for flosses. I was gonna change her hair, and then I decided no, never mind, because my hair is naturally darker than that. Next, May 14th, I finished Hello from Liz Matthews, Gather Here. I stitched this on a Be Stitch Me 28 count cardinal. I did not stitch the quote. I was using this as a strand a day project. And I believe this floss was Classic Colorworks Ruby Slippers. But it looks good. I want to frame this, but I have not found a frame big enough. Next, on May 28th, this was another strand a day. I finished Flowers Always, also by Hello from Liz Matthews. I am gonna keep this fabric out because I need to cut this. I still have the whole thing. This was also a Night Stalker Calling floss. I do not remember the name of this. I'm gonna set that somewhere different though. Next, June 5th, I finished The Ferret. This, I did not obviously iron any of this. This is my favorite one that I've done. I'm I'm not going to do anything with any of these until I'm completely done with them. And one of the ladies I work with is a quilter, and I asked her if she would make all of these into a quilt for me. Of course, I'm going to pay her to do it, but, you know. And I'm going to have to figure out, I'm going to have to find a fabric that I even want with these. I guess that doesn't matter. I have like 3 years before that even needs to happen. Next is Blackbird Design, Strawberry Fields Forever. I stitched this on a Forbidden Fiber Co. 32 count cranberry. It's cranberry something. It was a fabric of the month, so I don't even know if you can get it. I don't know if their fabric of the months are... Wow, that is really wrinkled. Strawberry June kind of got me this year, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. I need to find a frame for this too. And actually, I need to cut off some of this fabric. I probably won't do that till I frame it though. Next, I finished, also for Strawberry June, Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries, Berry Picking. I know I didn't use any of the called for, and I know that this brownish pinkish color is a color that I got from Rebecca in our Advent box last year. Did I say I finished that on June 18th? June 25th, I finished Ink Circle Strawberry Square. That's the back. I stitched this on a 18 count. This is a Stitchman Darcy fabric. I don't remember the name of this. I think he only has one pink though. So, and I used a Moselle silk. Moselle silk, I think, is my favorite. July 10th, I finished George Ate It All. This is also the same fabric as one of my earlier ones. This is a 28 count that I dyed myself. This is a Mama Witch X-Stitch pattern. I started this for Rebecca's birthday and then finished it right after Strawberry June because I just needed one more strawberry finish, I guess. I don't know. And this one was pretty close. He is so cute. Rebecca finished hers as like a stand-up little thing. I kind of want to finish mine the same way because I thought hers was really cute. Next, on July 19th, I finished Let Toxic Bridges Burn. If you want this pattern, I can send you the Etsy link because I can never remember the name of the designer for this. She has, or he, they have a keychain too with this same pattern on it. I love this. I picked floss from Stash that were very similar to the called for. I know that this silver color was a Stitchy Box silk. This is nice. Next is one that I have to get out of the bag because I have all of my Night Garden in one bag. So July 22nd, I finished Twilight Moon. I stitched this on a Fiberlicious. Oh gosh, what's the name of this fabric? It's one of my favorites. It was a fabric of the month. I don't think you can even get any other fabric of the months. July 28th, I figured Christmas in July needed to happen. This is also a Forbidden Fiber Co. fabric. That must be a popular one for my year. And Primrose Cottage, Cocoa Quaker. This was one of my 12 by 12 starts last year. Actually, I finished quite a few of my 12 by 12 starts. Next is another hello from Liz Matthews. I finished this on August 4th, October Tree. I started this one with Stephanie at Cross Stitch the Globe. I stitched this on a 20 count Be Stitch Me. I think this might be Ledger too. I'm not 100% positive on that. I want to journal finish this. That's why I cut the fabric the way I did. Actually, making a tiny little needle book would be cute. My husband's in the bedroom with the dogs, and now one of them's freaking out. Anyway, next is August 6th, so 2 days later. This is my favorite finish this year. I'll just say that. Jetex Stitches Cherry Magpie. I do not know why this is not in a frame. This was also a Fiberlicious fabric. This was Summer Soiree, which, again, unfortunately, I don't think you can get. And I do need to cut my fabric. But again, I don't think I'm going to do that until I find a frame for this one. August 12th, I finished my birthday start. Obviously, I have not done anything with this to finish it completely, but Spring Insects. This is a Colorfully Sarah pattern. I love this one. Annie, I haven't seen you work on yours in a while. Well, I have to flip my page. Oh, I have to pull this also out of a bag because I did quite a few of these finishes. August 16th, I finished some more Ghost. I was supposed to finish like 13 of these. I did not. I finished 4. This is a Mama Witch X Stitch pattern. T-Ghost. He's so cute. Oh no. That was August 6th. Yeah. And then August 16th, I finished some more Ghost. August 18th, I had a needle in that fabric too. I'm glad I just set that over here. August 18th, I finished my Token of Love. This is a Rosewood Manor pattern. This is a Forbidden Fiber Co. 32 count. Lavender Fields? Lavender, I think it was Lavender Fields. I stitched this with a Night Stalker Calling cotton candy floss. This was a piece I started on my husband and I's 1-year wedding anniversary, and I finished like 2 weeks before our 4-year wedding anniversary. I'm hoping to have a finish next year for our 5-year too. I stitched this and worked on it for Andrew, the Runner Stitchers marathon training. August 22nd, I finished Swing Ghost. So this one, that one is cute. Next, I finished another book, the Book of Psychic Readings. This is another DMC printed Ada. I think you can buy these at Michael's. That needs to go over there because I have a start that I need to do on that. Next, on August 24th, I finished one of the Witchy Stitchers Patreon patterns. I started this for Jason X Stitches halfway to Halloween sale and then finished it in August. I stitched this on a 20 count Be Stitch Me Portabella. And I think I used called for flosses. If not, it was very similar. And I have that on my bookshelf, so I need to put that back. August 27th was my last ghost. It was the coffee ghost. September 5th, I finished Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries Waves Galore. I also stitched this on 14 count Black Ada. September 17th, I finished the Beaver. This is also on a Fiberlicious 36 count. And I have the little brown bat on there because I'm gonna do all the autumn patterns on this fabric. September 19th, I have 2 projects that I finished this year that I do not have. September 19th, I finished Blueprint for the Rainbow City-O, my portion of my project for the Round Robin, for Jason X Stitches Round Robin that he's hosting. September 24th, I finished Book of Foxtails. I love this one. Haunted Frame Stitchery. I will stitch like all of those books, all of them. October 3rd, I finished Catch and Release, also a night garden fabric. I have no idea what that noise is outside. It's very annoying. I don't even know if you can hear it. That was my last night garden finish for the year. I do hope to have at least one of those finished next year too. Maybe the Ink Circles one. Because I really like this Ink Circles one. I only showed that because I had it sitting right there. Might as well. October 6th, I finished I Love Fall Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I am missing... Oh no, it's right here. Never mind. October 15th, I finished the Book of Woodland Watchers. This is on a 14 count green Ada that I found at the thrift store, so I have no idea. And I just used random floss from Stash. I think all the browns are Dinky dyes. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna make a little book with the books. That's, I don't know, what I plan to do anyway. October 24th, I finished another Haunted Frame Stitchery pattern, only not a book. Autumn Light. I did this on a 40 count. Be-stitch me in I did my coconut shell? Yeah, coconut shell. I don't know why I started that. I stitched that in the middle of this, but I'm saving this fabric for other little smalls. I'm gonna put that up there actually. Just kidding, I actually do have the other round robin piece that I finished, so only the one pattern I cannot show. November 5th, I finished my portion of Wings of Spring. I did this butterfly, this, and this bug, and these two things. The flower, and I think that's supposed to be a flower too. I'm not really sure. I love this pattern. And I bought it, and I kind of want to stitch it too. I don't know that I need another bug-ish type pattern though. I finished this as soon as I started and finished it, like almost as soon as I got it in the mail. I'm holding on to it because I don't want to rush the other ladies in my round robin. So, finish 43. November 15th, Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun. This is my favorite one that I've done. All of the purple is dark purple, is supposed to be black, but I stitched it on 14 count black Ada, so that wasn't gonna happen. November 24th. This is all now patterns that I have not shown a finish on my channel. And I don't plan on filming a regular Flosstube until sometime in January, because I'm gonna film my whip parade hopefully on Wednesday. So this is Christmas Quaker. I finished this November 14th. Nope, November 24th. I did not stitch the top two birds and the Merry Christmas. So you can barely see the white, but it's there. I have to do it like this because you cannot see the whole thing on camera. I have no idea what is spelled on this. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out. What in the world is on my pattern and on my fabric and my finish? I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see if a tie pin will get that out. Anyway, December 1st. This is a Barbara Anna. I had this pattern for a long time before I started it. I believe I started it last year. Oh, Christmas tree. This was a Stitch Me. I don't remember the name of it. I started this thing like almost in the dead center because I thought this tree was bigger. I'm not sure why. And now I wish I hadn't started it like that because I have like half the fabric on this side that I don't know that I can really do anything with. I don't know. I love this. I'm not normally a Christmas stitcher, or I haven't been in the past, but this year and last year I kind of got on a kick, and whenever I pulled this out this year, I was done with like everything up here, and I was like I have 50% of this pattern done. I need to just do it. So then I did the rest in like 2 days. This darker red is a DMC Diamant, and this silver is a DMC Etoile. And the white is, I made this very sparkly. Besides, my fabric isn't opal. The white is a petite treasure braid. I don't know what size frame this is gonna need, but I kind of want to find a frame for it and try to have it up hanging next year. I don't really decorate for holidays or anything, but my Halloween stuff is kind of out all year long. My wall over here isn't a wall, actually, it's windows, but I have like a Alice in Wonderland tapestry over here. December 6th, I finished Cocoa Quilt, which was also a New Year's Eve 12 by 12 last year. I like these Primrose Cottage stitches. They're small and they're cute. Now, I mean, this kind of took me quite a bit of time, but 3 colors, it was perfect. I don't remember any of the colors I used. I know I used just Blanc, or actually it was probably 3865. This was a 28 count Jody fabric, and I need to cut this. So that'll go up there because I need to cut that. December 10th, I finished the 1994 Prairie Schooler Santa. I am not sure where I put the one I finished last year. I started him on Thanksgiving. Annie and I, well, Annie started late, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. A start is a start for me. We kind of made it a annual thing to start a Prairie Schooler Santa on Christmas, or not on Christmas, on Thanksgiving. So I started him on Thanksgiving and then finished him. I need to know what I'm going to do with all these finishes. December 17th, I finished Oh My Gourd. That is so cute. And then December 20th, I finished, this has the same stain on it. This one isn't touching my stitches though. I have no idea. I have no idea what happened. It's Santa's House. I had a little mishap with this. I lost my pattern. I couldn't find it. I was stitching on it one night. My husband plays magic. I was sitting at the card shop with him. I was stitching on this. I pulled this out the next day on the 20th. while we were at a show, because he sells magic cards at shows, and I was like, I can't find my pattern. I can't find my pattern anywhere. Three hours later, I did find my pattern. It was in his stuff. No idea how it got there. I didn't put it there. Not a clue. But nonetheless, 2 years later, Santa's house is done. I have half my fabric left. I have a stain underneath it that I have no idea what it is or how it got there. It's on the other half of my fabric. I have no idea. I'm gonna cut that fabric. And last but not least, I think this was like 2 days ago. Oh, now my dogs are gonna play. 2 days ago, I think I finished Don't Get Your Tinsel. That little sloth is the most adorable thing. I have now finished all of the Frosted Pumpkin sayings besides one that I'm not, I shouldn't say not because I don't know. I am probably not going to stitch that one. I am not Jewish, so I'm not going to stitch the Hanukkah. I think it's called 8 Nights. I'm not going to stitch that one unless somebody that I know that celebrates Hanukkah. I don't know anybody that does, I don't think. Not personally, not that I see and am friends with in my real life. I know I have some stitchy friends that are. And I'm not saying I wouldn't stitch them. That, I don't know, but I'm gonna make all of these into like pillows. AKA I'm gonna pay somebody to make those into pillows for me. That's it, that's all my 50. Okay, 2026 plans. I am doing a 40 by 40. I turn 40 in, well, let's just say 8 years, because I turned 32 this year, like in March. So I am focusing on those 40 projects, because some of them that I put on there, actually quite a few of them I put on there that are big. And what I'm saying is irrelevant, because what I'm about to show you is not part of that, but I've tried to have a snow day project before. It's not worked out. It has now snowed here twice. I have let it snow. This was in a World of Cross Stitching magazine. It's Jenny Vandal. I have no idea who this is. If you want to know. I have pulled this out both times now to work on it for snow days. This is, I'm stitching this on a 20 count Opal Ada, which actually I can tell, think you can tell is Opal. Digi Stitchery Unicorn Dreams. It's hard to see. I can see this perfect in real life, but you can barely see it on camera. Oh, there you go. I think this is gonna look really good on this fabric. I'm hoping to finish that next year. With that said, if it doesn't snow, I would be okay with that and not finishing it. So I moved it out of the Amazon bag that I put it in and put it in this little Santa's cups and Santa mugs that I had Santa's house in. I would love if I finished Tell Me I'm Pretty, Mama with Check Stitch next year, which I should because I only have like 1,500 stitches left. This is where I am at. I'm obsessed with Mama with Check Stitch. I pulled out Fancy Floss for this and did a conversion. Why? I don't know. DMC would have been fine. This is on a 14 count Jody fabric. Whenever Jody was doing fabric of the month. A while ago. I don't think she is anymore. I need my tablet. Queenie by the Artsy Housewife. I'm trying to do 1,000 stitches a month on her. I have not done my 1,000 stitches this month. This is where I'm at. I have done 100 stitches of it this month, so I have 900 to go. That's not gonna happen. It's December 29th. My husband's birthday is tomorrow. I don't think I'll be pulling this out to get my 1,000 stitches done on time. But that's okay. I still have frogging to do to even finish this. I want to finish this next year. I started that with Annie XO Needle in the Hay XO and Beck Stitches Everything. Next, I plan on having a strand a day piece. I would like to finish this next year. This was my Long Dog Leap Day Sal. This is the token. I would love to finish this before my husband and I's 5th wedding anniversary. I think if I do a strand a day, I could finish it by then. I'm stitching this on a Be Stitch Me 20 count Whimsical. You won't be able to see this whole thing because I have it in a Q-snap already because I want to be ready on January 1st, which is Thursday. I actually did like half a strand on this last night up here. By half a strand, I mean I had to rip out a bunch of stitches because I wasn't paying attention and stitched them wrong. I really like this pattern. I want that right there. I started this the other day. I don't know how much I'll get done this year, but I want to try to put some work into Modern Folk Embroidery's 2026 Sal, which is little acorns. You're not going to be able to see it right because that's the mock-up and it has some backstitch on it. I did 600 stitches to start it the other day. Stitching this on a 36 count Ritzy by Fortnite Fabrics, which again you can't get, but I actually, when Stephanie and I went to CC and Company, they had a few of these. Stephanie and I both bought one. And yeah, I'm stitching this with a Moselle silk, 1 strand. I think it's Christmas Goblin, or no, Goblin Candy. I have 2 pairs of scissors in here, why? Yeah, Goblin Candy. I don't know how much I'm gonna work on that, but I'm gonna try to get some work in on it, because I would love to try to keep up with that. I want to work on my crossword by Long Dog next year. I don't know that I'll finish this, but I would like to see a chunk of this done, because this is on my 40 by 40. Little Acorns is not on that because I started it after I made my list. This is on a Mystic Fabrics Atypical. I'm using a hand-dyed by Rolanda floss for the variegated, and the blue was a Color and Cotton blue bonnet. I finished all the words last year. My plan last year was to finish the rest of it this year. That did not happen because I got really burnt out from doing the words. I did pull this out earlier this year, a little bit, 1 month, not too long ago, and I did like these 3 top motifs. But yeah, my husband hates this project, but I love it. And this will be on my wall when I'm done, because I did not put this much time into it for it to not be. You're just gonna end up seeing all of these projects again later this week. I have 3 Flosstube Frenzies that I'm doing next year. That's it. I'm not gonna do any more. But first up is Sarah the Stitching Mommy. I'm doing a Year in the Woods project for her. Rebecca and I chose the fox for winter. I have a little tiny start. I don't know if Rebecca's started hers yet. This is a 36 count smoke blue. I made the wrong call with these, I feel like, because I can barely see it even in person. But I'm gonna stick with that. I'm using all the Velcro floss. Wild Fox Stitchery, Steph and I started this together, so I'm using this for when she posts a Flosstube. I do have this on my goal list to finish before I'm 40. So Close Encounters. Scott Howden is the artist, charted by Pain Free Crafts. I'm stitching this 2 over 1/10 stitch on 28 count. I'm at 5.52%. This is where I'm at. I would love to get a decent chunk of this done. I don't think it will be like half or anything, but a decent portion would be really nice. I mean, 5% for the year that I started it, that's pretty good. because some of my full coverage pieces are not at 1%, let alone 5. And last, for my main focus, and for when Andy the Crow Stitcher posts a video, Mini Pixie Dreams is my main focus for 2026 to finish. And you guys haven't seen this in a while, obviously, because I haven't posted a video in a month, a little over a month. I need a new bag for that. Holy moly. These Amazon bags, I love them, but they do fall apart eventually. I would like to get this to 40% before the first of the year, but I don't know that that's going to happen because I'm at 38.73%. I mean, it could happen if I pull this out tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow's my husband's birthday, so I don't know that I will. But this might be something that I try to work on for the 12 hours on New Year's Eve. I almost have 554 done, complete. I miscounted somewhere over here. I'm fudging it. I have no idea what it is or what happened. I don't know if it's in the purple that I messed up or if it was in the black that I messed up. The 310 is done. I think I had that done last video. And yeah, I almost have that purple done. I have 1,115 stitches of the purple left. And I have 300 stitches that I need to do this week to complete Rebecca and I's 500 stitches a week. And then I did it. I did my 500 stitches every week with Rebecca all year. Now, some of that I made up a week. Some of that I did a week extra. I've done extra work on it this year because I was doing it for when Andy posted a video, and I'm gonna do extra work on it next year for when Andy posts a video because I want to see this at 100% next year. I cut the fabric. I cut this really close. So when I go to frame this, it's gonna be really fun. However, I don't think I'm gonna frame it. I think what I'm gonna do is a tapestry, which is why I cut it like that, because I needed the fabric. And yeah, so 2026 finish. Anybody think I can? This pattern only has 77,805 stitches. I have done 30,130 of them already, and I'll just let you guys know that I think 30,000 of them were done this year. So I definitely think another 47,000 is totally manageable. I can totally do that if I really want to, and I do really want to. Yeah, that's my plans. I'm gonna put this back in a hoop because I think I'm gonna work on this tomorrow while my husband is playing magic on his birthday. I will be at the laundromat because my laundry needs done, and I tend to take a cross stitch with me to the laundromat. That's why I said that. I think this might be what I take. I don't normally take full coverage out to the laundromat, but I might be doing that in 2026 just so I can get this done. Yeah, anyway, bye.